All right.
Wait.
1 or 3, 2, 1.
All right.
No blue ribbon.
What a fucked up way to
Anyway,
start.
I brought in Labatt Blue. Now, reason why I brought Labatt Blue, my nostalgia beer is Labatt Blue. Back when I was,
Must have been a rich kid.
might have been,
Yeah, look at that.
I wasn't buying the beer.
Imported.
Ooh.
Back in the
Gotta be
day,
Imported.
my grandpa used to drink Labatt Blue. On top of that, I would steal beers. Well, I got a hold of one and got a hold of one when I was turning 6 on my 6th birthday.
Or did it get a hold of you?
A little bit of
I
both.
like it. I like it.
Anyway, so the end of my 6th birthday party, it's my grandpa and my dad and my uncle all sitting around drinking Labatt Blue. And I snuck one out into the yard, climbed up a 30-foot tree into a couple of 2x4s that was my tree fort, and pounded this beer.
Okay, hold on. I have never been accused of being a smart person, but that seems dumb.
I don't know. I mean,
So, basically my uncle comes outside to smoke a cigarette. He just sits there and looks at me, and just looks at me. My mom comes out, where's Josh? Sees me in this tree, empty beer in hand, just sitting there like, what did I do? My mom starts screaming, flipping out, saying, you gave him that beer, Bob. To this day, my mom and uncle don't talk.
Oh!
all because of Labatt's, you know?
Yeah, I like this little bat.
Talk
That's a
about
little
memories.
I have
unfair.
an extensive history report on Labatt Blue. So the company started out in, where does it say here now?
Canada.
Somewhere in Kentucky.
But in 1847, John Labatt started a beer brewing company for his love of beer.
My ankle.
It's a good reason.
About 4 or 5 years later, he sold to another outside buyer.
Smart.
20 years later, John comes back, buys the company back, and then grows it for another 40 years.
Like a boss.
Then Prohibition hits in Canada.
What the fuck is up with
For
Prohibition?
Yeah, that's a
15
stupid fucking trend.
For 12 years, Prohibition went through Canada, and he still sold beer because their Prohibition
I
allowed
love
them
that.
to have 2% alcoholic beer.
Oh yeah, near beer.
Whoa.
Near beer. Yeah, that's what they did
Near
call it.
beer.
Isn't that a big thing in Utah?
So,
Damn.
Probably.
Now,
I'm pretty sure Utah
so's the
has
Watchtower.
alcohol content.
3 years after Prohibition ends, John Labatt gets kidnapped.
Oh,
Yes,
no
kidnapped.
way.
Returned 3 days later unharmed. The business still grows. Now, since then, they build up their business for almost 100 more years.
So, Josh, now let me just ask: are you speculating that there might be like a Canadian mob that kind of took John Labatt, or was it the guy from
It's
Chicago?
all speculation.
All we know
They
is
jumped the corner. They in Chicago and Windsor. You're right there, man. Boom, boom, boom.
Corner.
all we know is
I don't know. It might have been our mob that fucking hot, but John Labatt's. Yes, carry on.
all we know is beer is a dangerous game.
Well, yeah. Hey, man. Long live the repeal of Prohibition, and let's try to drink some Labatt's here.
Amen.
And let's give an honest opinion on what you think about what you taste here.
I went
Alright.
through a Labatt phase when we were going to the plantation a lot. They,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they had.
they had
Oh.
cheap drafts.
Yeah.
No,
This was one of the
you
drafts.
know, this
was
is
the best draft on
exactly.
draft.
I'm not a
This is
hater.
so Canadian.
Yes, I'm
Yes.
not a
It
hater
really
of
is so
Canadian
Canadian.
beers.
It's just like their whiskey. This shit,
It
you
is.
could drink this like water.
It is
So-
considered the #1 international Canadian beer.
See, that's
I'm
what bothers me.
Molson Canadian.
Yeah, I love the Molson Canadians,
So-
but I like it. I hate it the way that the Canadians get the rap of mediocrity. Because again, they're whiskeys. They're whiskeys. What is wrong with a drinkable whiskey? What is wrong with a drinkable beer? That you know, what I mean, this really. I bet if you were to close your eyes and pour a little bit of this into a glass and pour a little bit of the. Actually, this is a little bit lighter in body than his Pabst.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
wouldn't tell the difference.
About that,
Okay.
being a hardcore PBR drinker.
Okay. Oh my God, are you up on the soapbox again for PBR? I'll hear you out.
I can tell
Oh
the
my
difference.
God.
It's an
So
election month.
they're very, very similar, being that they're both Americanized style pilsners.
Yes.
This one does have a little bit more of a citrus zing to it.
That totally. Oh yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
Oh,
between
gotcha.
Labatt and PBR.
Yeah.
But like
yeah.
I said, Labatt did cater to my senses for
Oh, how could it not?
Yeah,
No,
sure.
it is.
Definitely.
And that's what I say with
But-
all this craft brewery that's going on and stuff like that. People are so, they unless it's complex.
They're all hop
It's not.
clones.
Yes.
Oh
and,
my God, yes.
Fucking
See,
hop
and
clones.
all I've gone to figure out about the word complex is a nice way of saying it is like, man, does this taste like shit or not?
Alright, so for my nostalgia beer, I had to pick Guinness because it was the first beer that I ever tasted as a kid. My dad had me taste the foam on his beer, and he always drank Guinness. And then as I got older and actually started drinking beer, my first beer, though, it wasn't the first beer I tried, but it was the first beer that I started drinking on my own that I would actually order. Funny story, getting back to the Guinness though, before the Guinness was that I was started to be able to drink carbonated beverages because of beer. I couldn't drink them, it burned my tongue to drink carbonated beverages, but then I went to Grassroots with some friends and stayed the weekend. And
boy.
after that trip, I could drink soda.
Wow.
But then back to
Grassroots.
Grassroots, you know.
I don't go to Grassroots.
But back to the Guinness. Then on my 21st birthday, I went and ordered a Guinness float at College Town Bagels. So this is what we're having today for my nostalgia, and I had to have a dessert. So you know.
Oh yeah,
Cheers.
Nicole's world famous for her desserts and
My 21st
This
birthday.
cannot be bad.
Me,
I
my
know
buddy Randy, and Jamie, and
Yep.
another buddy,
Yeah. Oh my
Alex
God.
Fry. We all got real messed up in Johnson City. It was bad. And Jamie took us off-roading in a creek, river, the Susquehanna River area down there. In his T100. And yeah, I got a couple pictures from that night.
I tell you what, this is probably putting many an Irish kid to sleep. This is what they got on their first
Yeah,
date.
really.
Oh, Seamus, will you be coming downstairs and having yourself your beginner's float? We fine. Yeah. And like even then, they couldn't. Over in Ireland, I mean, we're definitely going like pinky out with this because we got real ice cream. Back then, they had to use butter or
dude,
spoiled
yeah, it was-
milk or something
it was
like that.
butter.
You know.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
that's
Seamus,
awful.
here,
They couldn't
I put a
afford
big
ice
dollop
cream.
of butter in your. Yeah.
And you're
Butter.
I got some butter in your Guinness.
But don't be
Oh,
drinking
yeah,
out of me
Guinness.
mug.
Happy birthday!
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you, and don't you be
Don't-
ungrateful, ya.
Don't put your fucking lips on that, boy. Use a spoon.
No, this is goddamn great. Holy shit! How can you not?
And then not to ruin our taste, but I do have something else that we don't actually have to drink. But I needed to get.
I hope it's not
Well,
sake.
we don't.
I don't know
we
what
can-
this is.
It's not
She-
sake, right?
No.
She won't fucking tell me.
So, before I met Tom, I've heard stories from Tom that he used to have a nickname.
Oh, God. Okay,
Tom Nichols.
so
We know.
Jamie Hagan, the one that took us off-roading in the T100, he gave me the nickname Twisted Tom. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It was a birthday party in, like, out past Binghamton. I got the first thing of Twisted Tea I ever got was that day. And I showed up with a 6-pack of Twisted Tea, and everyone started calling me Twisted Tom. And I've got some pictures from that night too.
They were calling you that before you started drinking the
Little
tea
do you know,
time.
that was an accident.
I didn't take those pictures, Most of them I was on the ground. Thanks, Jamie.
Note to self: find pictures.
Oh, I got
Yes.
them.
No.
Oh, yeah, I got them.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So I have a little extra surprise here. When you talk about nostalgia, what you're talking about are good memories. And I recently had some good memories, thank you, Kevin Fitch, when he introduced me to the Irish car bomb, which is Guinness with JMO and Irish cream dropped into it. Now, I don't know if these guys have done this before.
It's the
Been a
devil's
while.
juice.
Been a while. Been a
What we're
while.
gonna do,
It's the devil's juice.
here's what you do, guys.
The devil's juice.
The
You
devil's
drop
juice.
that in there and you chug.
You go.
So
Okay.
here, wait.
When it's on, it's on,
What we should
everybody.
do is tap and cheer.
Ah,
Okay. All right. Cheers. Ah!
easy
Devil's
peasy.
juice. Drop it. Go. Run. Put it on.
Yeah.
Oh my
I got
god.
mine. Oh my god, it
here.
tastes
Oh,
great.
oh
Oh,
my
There you go.
god, that
You gotta
is
keep
so
going.
good.
That's good.
well, Kevin Fitch, if you're out there, you've shown us the light, and well,
I've
you
seen
couldn't
the
have
light.
you couldn't have spoken any truer to an Irish girl, Irish girl's heart. 3 different kinds of Irish booze.
On top of the Killians,
You know, what more could you ask for? I mean, this is a happy lady.
everything. I am very happy.
All
I
right.
can do that again sometime.
2 thumbs up.
Dave says he loves beer. It's a fact.
He loved it. He loved the tin cup. I know that.
Yeah, he loves the tin cup whiskey too. Drank a whole fucking bottle. What a
He's
dick.
sloppy. He's sloppy.
All that being said, though,
All that being said, go to YouTube and check out his channel, North Country Mountain Bike. He's a cool dude.
Got some good stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
Absolutely.
instructional
Check out-
stuff, you know,
Shred Till Death Films, STD.
STD.
Check them out.
It's not bad anymore because we've changed it to STI.
Yeah. And hey, wait, let's not forget Tom Beckman Media.
Shit and stuff.
Yeah, shit and shit and stuff. Also, Lansing Grooming Spa.
Yep. Grooming the dogs.
Yeah,
That's
you know.
right.
And also, again, man, anybody, if you feel free to comment, check it out. Everybody has
Send
their
us
moment.
ideas.
Yeah, and you too could be on this set, and cavorting amongst the booze clubbers. Josh, however, we plucked him off the street, and he happened to be knowledgeable about Labatt.
Weird.
Of all fucking things.
Seems like a
Weird.
smart kid.
Look at, he's still got one in his hand, man. I mean, that thing's soldered in there.
Studying his topic.
Soldered.
Yeah, not welded, soldered.
And as always, like and subscribe to Saints to Sinners chapter if you want more of this.